Allow us first and foremost, leaders of our great Catholic Church, to congratulate His Lordship, Bishop Raphael Mweempwa, at his elevation to the office of the Bishop of the Diocese of Monze. Congratulations, Your Lordship. I ask the new Dawn government, and hopefully those who follow after us, not to be in conflict with the Church, but to work with the Church. Up there, before the function started, we had a brief conversation and talked about this beautiful building, this landmark building that the Church has put up. And it's our duty in government to assist the Church complete this building. It's their building. It's their building. But their building is our building. It is the center of worship for the very people that we serve. How can we be different? How can we be detached from such a project? Not possible.
Thank you very much for sparing some time to be present at this celebration. Your presence demonstrates the value you place on the contribution of the Church to our country, Zambia, and it is a sign of the cordial relationship that exists between the Church and the State. We are partners, and we should remain so as we are serving the same people, though from different fronts.
I remember as a young person in the village, 40 kilometers west of where we are, we aspired that when our time to go to secondary school came, we had only one choice of secondary school to go to, around here, St. Canisius. That was our aspiration. It's because that school has been well run by the Catholic Church, and we thank the Church for that, for years. And we also aspired, if our first choice was not available, if you are male, you aspire to go to St. Edmunds in Maseru, another institution of the Catholic Church. Fantastic institution. I don't know now. In our time, it was wonderful. If you're female, you aspire to go to St. Joseph's, Chibuna, another institution. So, my message is that this church has done tremendous work in this country. We may come from different angles. We may occupy different offices, but we're serving the one God of trust. In that case, we can never be, and we should never view each other as competitors. Never. We are complementary. We are partners. And I want to call on my colleagues in cabinet, my colleagues in the local government, that never should we view the church, this our Catholic Church, or other churches, as our enemies. Aren't we a Christian nation? How can a Christian have an enemy against another?
I reiterate the call to unity in our diocese, for us to fulfill the mandate of Christ to all of us as we work in His vineyard. Unity among priests, religious, and the laity is cardinal. A house divided against itself cannot stand. As human beings, we have our own fragility and weaknesses, and it may happen that we hurt one another. However, what is of great importance is to walk the path of love, reconciliation, and forgiveness, as evidenced in the life of our Lord Jesus Christ. It is said, that true forgiveness is love in pain. As one family of God, let us love one another and pray for one another. It is by loving one another that we shall be known as disciples of Christ. Adhering to the call to unity, let us guard against the spirit of indifference and pushing anyone away because of our differences. We are called to unity in diversity. With our differences, we are still called to work in unison. Dear brothers and sisters, while we appreciate the partnership and collaboration of other people, it is equally essential that we also do our part, which in most cases is inadequate. Let us strive to have a thriving and self-sustaining community for the future of our church, without forgetting to take care of the poor, which is a mark of authentic Christian life and witness.
So how can there be differences because we go to different churches? There shouldn't be. The body of Christ is one. Unity within this our church, within various churches, and also in the country. This government, Bishop Mweempwa, has taken a decision that will work on reuniting our country, because God gave us this diversity, and I heard you use this expression, and we intend to ensure that we have unity in diversity in this our country.
Your presence expresses the communion which exists and should exist among the bishops. As I join you in the Episcopal Conference as the newest and youngest bishop, I'll always look up to you for guidance.
Many of us remember that our first Republican president, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, Super Ken, was only 39 years old when he became president of our great country. Only 39. So Bishop Mweempwa, this is God's age. God called you to be bishop of this diocese at your age. It's God's decision, and it's the right decision. We congratulate you for that.
I am cognizant that I am the first bishop of Monze, originally from this diocese. This comes as a great challenge for me, a great responsibility, and a call to witness and minister in a special way. I take this responsibility with great humility. Let us join hands to work together so that the Diocese of Monze may truly reflect the splendor of God.
Serving the community where you were raised can be challenged, because some will remember you as a young child, and the habits of a young person at that time may be remembered when you are such a grown-up person and you are serving them as our bishop. Sometimes locals expect too much from one of them, but you've said it already. Let God's will be the way that you run this diocese. We also talked about different challenges that the diocese faces, and I'm very grateful to Bishop Mweempwa. He ran us through a very quick list of the challenges that this diocese faces. At the end of what he said, I was asked to comment. I said, that list, Bishop Mweempwa, appears to be our list. Where did you get it from? Water, Monze Hospital. Industrial borehole, Monze Hospital. Church has done its part. I think such things, it is us in government, local government, now that we've allocated resources to the local areas, such as CDM, we must prioritize water for this hospital. And there is money, Bishop Mweempwa. There is money for that. We've already set the money.
I also invite each one of us to cherish and stand for our Catholic faith. We are to be proud of this heritage and fan into flame whatever has remained of it in our individual hearts.
And I'm very impressed with the church. I was whispering to Madam Mweempwa that one of the critical aspects, I don't think the church has paid attention to that. Maybe you have, that this church has managed to do is to adapt to local issues, to local culture. So when you brought in Ngoma ya Bugari, ndatinjire kukwenya Bugari. Because that's how I grew up. Mpetaire, Ndandala ya Bugari. Adaptation to local cultures, I think this church has done very well. Other churches can learn from the Catholic Church.